So for the 2J swapped Celica, this is video number 2. Now I'm starting this off by saying this is video number 2, but by video number 3 I guarantee you I'm gonna forget what video number it actually is.
And now, you're watching this, so you mean to tell me my neighbor can keep 3 blow-up dolls in his front lawn during the holidays, but I'm a weirdo if I keep 3 in my closet all year? Channel of YouTube. Welcome to Bodie Vision.
Hey, so what's up and welcome and thank you so much for joining me on yet another video. So in this video we have a few things that I definitely want to address as far as making this car progress towards getting it to fully painted and done, because that's the goal, is to get this car done. So the first thing that I want to do, well, not in any particular order, I have to do more filler work. I'm still working on the same side that you saw at the end of last video. My mindset is I want to finish that side or get that side damn near close to being finished. Then I'm going to turn the car around, then I'll work on the other side. Since all my tools and everything is set up on that side of the shop, I like to work on that side of the shop, and that makes sense. I can turn the car around, so I'll go ahead and do that when we get to that point. So I have a little bit more body work. I have to make a little patch panel in the rear quarter up where a mud flap would go, just because that area has been getting annihilated with road debris and water and whatnot since 1977. And also the rear panel, these cars come with these big bulky bumpers on there. The owner actually took that big bulky bumper off and has a different style bumper on it that looks really good, but that actually leaves a big opening where the rear bumper should go. So the way that we're going to address that is by putting a Mustang valance back there out of a 67 Mustang. So we're actually going to be using Mustang parts on this Celica. Just when you're customizing cars and working on cars, you got to find what's going to work best for your application and then make it work. That's what I did on the 1988 LS swapped Accord. There's actually a Toyota Tundra hood scoop on the 1988 LS swapped Honda Accord. It doesn't look like the hood scoop anymore, but you can tell that's what it started off as. And I want to take the same approach with this Mustang rear valance on the Celica. We're going to make it seamless. It's going to look great, and let's just get started, man. We got to get to work. So taking a quick look around the car, let me show you what we've done thus far. That fender is really dialed. That fender was a mess. The worst fender of the 2 fenders by far. It's looking really good. This door is looking really good. I had to recreate this body line. We're gonna prime it here soon and the primer's gonna tell all. And this rear quarter was annihilated. This was really a mess too, but that's looking good. I had to recreate this body line as well. We're gonna go ahead and prime it here soon, like I said. So the area that we wanna address first, and this just got skimmed out, I'm waiting for that to dry, so 98% of that filler is gonna go away. So the area that we're talking about is right here. So we need to create a patch for that area, so that way we can make it look like that's not as screwed up as it is, and fix it with some metal. We're not just gonna smash Bondo or body filler in there. We're gonna actually do this the right way. have that patch all good and set up. So the next step would be to weld it, but I don't want to weld it yet until I'm ready to weld a little more things than one. So with this rear Mustang valance, which is right here, that actually came from a Mustang, or that's a factory reproduction piece for a Mustang, but it fits really nicely back there because that area over there, right in there, would just be open because that's where the bumper is supposed to go. And also really quickly, I wanted to talk about the patch that I made. So the panels right now, just act like this was the car and this is my panel that's sitting on top of it. What I'm going to do is run my grinder right along this edge, and then the piece that's rusted out is going to fall out because I don't want to do a lap joint. I want them to be butt up nice together. That's going to be a stronger, more proper patch. So once I actually cut along this line, that'll make that piece on this side of the line go away, and then the bottom piece on that side of the line go away to make the panels butt up like this. And that's how you do it properly. You don't want to do a lap joint, you want to do a butt joint. So I'm going to go ahead, cut that line, but I want to get that rear valance to the point where I'm ready to weld as well. So right now it's just pop riveted on there. I want to make it look really nice and seamless and disappear completely, make it become one with the 77 Celica. Alright, so that's how it looks as of now, and as you can see, this little valance does a lot. It doesn't look good being just open like that. So what I did to get to this point was I put in a bunch of Celicos. Now you might be wondering why I took it off just to put it back on again. If it was already on there, why am I even doing any of this? Now it was installed, and it was installed really well, but I just wanted to get it from really well to perfect and flawless. Now some of the edges were a little bit wavy because keep in mind this panel this panel isn't meant to be installed on this car, so to expect it to fit perfect, you're gonna be disappointed. But I trimmed a bunch of it, worked a bunch of it, put a bunch of Celicos in there, and then I actually used the body of the car to pound down on some of the waviness. I started from the inside, put in a Celica, kind of straightened it out, put another Celica, working my way to the outside to kind of have all the extra slack worked out to try to get rid of some of that waviness. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to utilize those Celica holes and rosette weld it, meaning I'm going to weld in the hole, and that's exactly, it's kind of like a spot weld, which is how vehicles are put together. So I'm going to go ahead and put them all back on with all the Celicos. I'll prep this surface as it's actually on the car before I weld it. I'm going to remove a Celica, spot weld it, well, rosette weld it, and then so on and so forth. Just work my way all the way down until it looks really good. It's going to be just like spot welded, panel on top of a panel, just like a car would be, but actually the weld is going to go all the way through, so it'll be even stronger. It'll be fine, it'll be good. So I'm going to go ahead and get that metal prepped, get this ready to go, and then start welding. And we got the patch panel to weld this too. I have a little bit of welding to do, I guess. So now, at this point, since we have those rosette welds, and it's so dark right here. Let me see, is it gonna adjust? So at this point, now that we have those welds pretty well and done, I want to see to what extent I need to work it. Don't get me wrong, I'm gonna make it look right. I just wanna know if it's going to be visible without the bumper on there or covered by the bumper. If it's covered by the bumper, a little bit less work. I still want it to look good because either way, it's my work, I gotta stand behind it, but if it's not gonna be visible at all, I don't need to spend as much time making sure it is as flawless as I would make it if it was visible. Let's throw the bumper on, man, come on. And I'm saying bumper where this isn't the bumper, but this is bumper. Huh. Looks like that saved me a little bit of work. I don't really got to worry about it as much as I thought I might have because it's 98% covered, but I'm still gonna go ahead and work it and make it look good because when that bumper cover or bumper replacement, whatever you want to call that piece, when that comes off, it still needs to look good. And then we got these bottom corners around here. I'm gonna metal work those, and then you saw the last clip of my patch that I made, how I grinded that down smooth to where you can't even tell the difference between old metal weld and new metal. That's exactly how I want that to look. Now, one of the reasons why we put panel on panel with a gap in between is because if you were to lap them onto one another, by the time you grind it away completely, the panel that's on top might become disconnected. But if they're just like this, with the width of the grinding wheel in between them, and then you weld all of that shut, you know you have weld from top to bottom, so you can grind it away completely smooth and it is all good. You know you're not going to risk it popping off of one another because they are together like this with the gap welded in between. That's why I do that, and that's how I do that, for that reason, to look as good as it did do. That patch panel turned out good, making a lot of good progress. That bumper actually fits pretty good. It's gonna save me a lot of time back there. So now what I gotta do, the next thing that I wanted to do was prime this entire side of the car so that way I can check my work. I can see how straight or not straight it is, because after I prime it, I'm going to put guide coat on, then block it out again. Now I don't think that I'm anywhere close to being done. I'm gonna have to prime the entire side of the car maybe 1 or 2 more times just to recheck my work, like I said. So now the temperature is dropping quick, man. As soon as the sun went down, it's about 59 degrees. I don't want to prime when it's that cold. I think I'm gonna have to call it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. We got a lot of work done. Video number 2. Next video will be, I'll forget what it'll be. So thanks so much for watching. Like this video, comment, subscribe, do all the stuff. You know what it is, YouTube. I will see you on that next one. Merry Christmas, bro. Happy Hanukkah. You know the whole thing. Happy holidays. I'm out. See ya. Bye. That's it. I'm out. I'm gone. Lola! Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Sit. Sit. Check out this dog. Say bye. See ya.